Good afternoon and good evening, and shall I say good morning to you, Jeremy. How exciting it is that you can all join me here. And a special warm welcome, of course, to my mom from Germany. That is so cool. I'm really glad you could make it. My mom is watching this feed for the first time on her large TV set via Apple TV. I hope it's working, Mom. Let me know if it does. Be very, very cool. Well, today we have an exciting, super special episode, of course. Let me just go and fire this thing up, which, what we're playing again today? It was Abduction, wasn't it? Well, is this not on my... So there we go. I put it so far up, I almost forgot. It's an interesting one today because I remember what we did last time, and that was we explored the Grey World, almost solved all the puzzles there, and then went back to Hunrath via this almost like a secret door that we found there. And it was interesting because we came back together with what looked like a whole sphere, much like this one. The one that was actually made of concrete. No, actually it was made of wood. We were then teleported to Hunrath into where that stone sphere used to be, but now it was made of wood, like this one. That's a piece of wood here. So it looks to me as if we were in Grey World, in this kind of, wooden entrapment here with doors up there that we couldn't quite see. We then flicked the lever and we basically got teleported from here back to here in Hunrath. But in so doing, it looks like we were taking not just ourselves but also our surroundings with us and did this. So essentially what used to be the concrete sphere in Hunrath is now probably in Grey World, and what used to be the wooden kind of slatted thing is now in Hunrath together with us. And I think that is just quite exciting, isn't it? I mean, that's my theory. I don't know if it really is the truth or not. Abduction was too loud. Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for letting me know. I can totally do something about that. We had issues with the Abduction soundtrack. So let's just see. Let me just go figure this out. That. And then, should the game come up, perhaps? Technical difficulties. I do apologize. There we go. Cool. So that desktop audio, I take that filter out and switch the gain off. And now we should be okay. Let's go and delve right in and see what happens with this thing. There we go. Game. There we go. Haha. Awesome. Let me know what the audio level is like. Thank you so much for reporting that, Christina. And let's see if that theory is also correct. And look at that. Feral Woman and Patrick have also joined us. How exciting. Woo-hoo. Patrick told us earlier that you were in some kind of competitive gaming thing with your friend. How did that go? Great. StarCraft 2, that was it. How exciting. There, let's see if we can work this out. So I'm just getting some ambient noise here, ambient sound. I hope it's going to be all right. Yeah, sometimes the journey is the way, and it's not about who wins or who loses. There we go. So, just to remind ourselves where we are, this is Hunrath, of course. This is where that stony sphere used to be, and it isn't anymore. It's now made of wood, and this is how we arrived here last time. And when we checked in Hunrath the previous time, this thing was completely made of rock and concrete and stone, that sort of thing. We now have these handy stairs that go up here, and we could, I would imagine, teleport us back into the Grey World with this thing. But of course it would mean we'd also take all that wood with us. And while that could be done, I believe there were some stairs, or like a door, that we couldn't quite reach. But just, for what they say in giggles, let's go try this out. So pull that lever first. Also gives us a good opportunity to check the game audio now. Yeah, I had increased that by 60 dB. That was maybe a little bit bad. It was, wasn't it, Patrick? It was totally confusing. Mike, it is always a pleasure when you drop by. If we do have any Russian questions, we're going to take a screenshot and present them to you next time. Thanks for dropping by. We will meet soon. So this thing that just happened, that means we're now back in Grey World. And as we can see around us is, well, you know, not much that we can reach up here, for example. This is right here that we're looking at right now. Looks to me as if this is a door that we need to go into. But no matter how hard we try, I guess we can walk up here. We can't jump up here. It's one of those games you can't really jump in it. Whoops. Can't take a screenshot. That wasn't my intention. Perhaps of this to remind us of what we wanted to do here. But other than that, we can walk up here. I think this is how we got in, actually, wasn't it? Yes, this is how we got into this thing. Or wasn't it? Patrick, my God, you have to have some dinner. No, we're not quite. We are kind of going back here, but we're not going back via this teleportation chamber. I'm thinking we're going to go straight back to Hunrath. Because if we were to find another way to Hunrath right now, I bet that rock sphere would be back. So I'm thinking we're going to go back to Hunrath right now via this thing. It'll all make sense, I promise. It'll all make sense. There's a plan. Press the button, go back to Hunrath. See, everything that's lit up yellow here is probably what we're taking with us. And we're back. Fantastic. Wooden cladded sphere and all. So if my hypothesis is correct, I believe what we need to do next is find our way back into the Grey World like we did last time, basically the manual way. Back at Farley's house and all that, at the back of Farley's house, try and get out there and see what happens then. And then basically walk to this place again that we've just been to, but now it should have the concrete sphere, and with it, hopefully, an exit. Now, I can't quite remember how we get to Farley's house, though. Maybe through here? Let's just have a look. Mayor's residence. Brian, what do you think of this idea of doing that? And also, more importantly, who else feeds your cat? You said earlier that you have the time to feed your cat yourself. Who else does it, usually, if you can't do it? Oh, and yourself, right. See, one small word and I've overlooked it there. Crazy stuff. This was, of course, the tree here, now yellow. That would be terrible. Only if you get really desperate. Do you know Lion King, Feral Woman? I think I've only ever seen the animation. I don't think I haven't even heard of the remake. Sounds interesting though. If you want to see more of Brian's cat, it is mentioned in his YouTube channel. There are some occasional appearances by the cat. I believe, did Kitty send you a special reward for reaching 1,000 YouTube subscribers back in the day? That was good. Nice cat. Oh, real life Lion King. Look at that. Whoa, okay. This, in case you don't remember, or for those of you who are joining us new in this game, this is the outer edge of our bubble. So anything that we can see here that's purple, that's technically the world beyond that little bubble in which we are, which appears to be a circular cutout. And we can look at these purple stones here, which are beyond where we are. But as soon as we try to go through this stuff, we can see, just when I come close, I can see the background of basically 180 degree going back into this circle that we're now leaving. So if this were north, I can leave north and I'm coming back south into the same circular world, as it were. And somewhere here, and I don't quite remember where that was, is this entrance to, it may well be here, to the Grey World. Ah, thank you, Patrick. I will check that out later. It was not here. We don't even really know what this is. This looks like something that generates power. And the cables seem to kind of disappear into the ceiling, into the sky. Crazy. So I guess this was not the correct entrance there. This was, I was going to say Feral Woman's house, but no, this is not Feral Woman's, this is Farley's house, one of the characters who used to live in here. I seem to remember, we need to go up here. Go out of here, somewhere here, further there. We'll have to try all of them because I do not remember. This could be it. Could be, he says. It does look very nice. It's just the mysterious circumstances in which that house got teleported to this weird dimension. That is just still mysterious. But hopefully we can rectify all that by the end of the game. So, here's that contraption again. And I think, and I'm not entirely sure, but I think this was our way into Grey World, as we'd like to call it. Because we really don't know what the proper name for that dimension is yet. See if we can figure it out. Oh, was this Green World? I thought Green World was this little... There was a little... I seem to remember that was elsewhere. But hey, we'll find out in a minute. I don't really remember. Lack of mappage. Grey World! Woohoo! With lots of little fireflies here, look at that. Very nice effect, this world traveling effect there. Yes, well, Hopefully that handy lever will get us a bit of bridge here. Okay. Rickety. I've also forgotten where we need to go next. Probably this way. So this, now that we're in a completely different world, we can see the outside of this particular bubble, which is no longer purple. This one is kind of green. So this here that I'm pointing at now, all this rock stuff, that is the contents of the current bubble, and anything that's on the outside, that is now the planet, I guess, in which we are. With this lever, we can probably tumble the bridge. Is this the correct way? No. Let's try that. Actually, fair woman, it is made by the same people that made Myst. It's the same company, Cyan, that made it. I think I've gone too far here. I need to go slightly further back here. Slightly further back. And this was started with a Kickstarter campaign. Very cool. So, I think I should have gone slightly further. Yeah, slightly further it is. Fine. This took a while for us to figure out what to do in Grey World. We did all that last time. This one here, right? Is that it? Yes. Okay, let's go through it. Aha! Now we've circumvented this whole labyrinth here last time. And I say we go straight back to basically where we ended up last time. This whole machinery, we had to figure out how to make that work. Beautiful chain animation, look at that, very cool. Game volume, yes, we can do that. Ambient now. Ambient is too loud. No problem, my friend. We can do that. Let me know what it's like now. Is that better? Do you know, that's right, because I remember Hunrath was extremely quiet. Crazy stuff. 20% less? No problem. We take requests, you know. There. Okay, let's try that. How's that? Is that any better? Much better. Cool. Keep me posted if it's not sounding okay. It's crazy difficult monitoring something like this live. So yes, thank you for the feedback. Yeah, nice animations. I always get a kick out of this when I see this, and I'm thinking, man, this isn't easy to make. And it's not just building the assets and putting the shaders on and all that. Oh, that is so nice of you, Rod. We shall make sure my beautiful voice sounds just as marvelous as ever. I must say, this is a really noisy machine here, though. I also think this was not the way we're supposed to go. We have to probably make it over to this area here again. I think. No, sorry. Because I don't know how to do that. I don't think how... Do you know, it may actually be possible to do that with OBS. I've got noise reduction, compressor, all that sort of stuff. I could probably add some kind of dynamic equalizer in there. That'd be kind of cool. You have to show me how to do that. Okay, so we're back here because I think we may just have to go over here and enter that whole machine via these exciting stairs. This guy here, we haven't really spoken to him, but I'm imagining this is probably one of the original inhabitants of this world. Oh, I don't actually know if I'm using a limiter. I know I'm using something. You know, I'm interested now myself. Let me have a look. I'm using, on the microphone here, I'm using a compressor and some noise reduction. There is a limiter in here as well. There is a limiter. Awesome. That is very cool. A limiter, just for my understanding there, Dreamlab, a limiter basically cuts off volume at one point, right? If you say limit this to whatever, minus 3 dB, then nothing gets higher than minus 3 dB, but it isn't gently, compressed like a compressor would do. It literally just cuts off the peaks there, right? There's so many things in OBS that you can fiddle with. Could try the limiter next time. It's a good idea. That is a very good idea. So I would imagine then, perhaps I'm going to add a limiter in addition to the compressor and the noise reduction. What do you think? Eventually the audio processing takes more CPU resources than the video processing. But hey, that's another matter. I don't think it does, I'm just kidding. It is a very difficult program. Rod, actually, I was thinking of you the other day. I may make another tutorial about how you can prepare several scenes and then switch between them, so you don't have to adjust your camera window live and all that. You can basically make one scene that has your camera full screen and another one that has it in the bottom right hand corner, for example, when you're explaining something on your desktop, and then you can go and switch between them. And I can even explain how I do my setup for the Friday streams, where I have the scene set up so that I zoom into the top left corner of the desktop or the bottom right hand corner and stuff like that. I'm just guessing. Yeah, sure, Rod, no problem. I'm just guessing that this is actually the way we need to go. I don't remember. Fair woman, drop a link to your son's channel in the chat. That'd be nice. I'd love to check it out. Always good to connect with other people. There we go. Machine from the other side. Sure, I'll explain that. That's no problem. It took me a while to work it out, but yeah, absolutely. It's very useful. Do you know, absolutely, Dreamlab. I've just, Brian, actually, this is good information for you. This morning, live, well, when I say morning, it was about lunchtime, I finished narrating your book. Woohoo! So I've narrated all of it, and I've edited half of what I've narrated. So chapters, what was it again? I believe 39 to 46 are now on ACX. So I've got chapters 47 to 52 still to edit, and then it's in the can. That is quite exciting. I was very, very pleased about that. I thought, well, I'm on a roll. I don't want to stop now. The story just getting, you know, to this total climax. I just didn't want to stop, and I thought, yeah, let's go finish it. Goose, how you doing? Good to see you. We're playing Abduction, and I can't remember where I need to go. That is very funny, Patrick. So yes, anyway, I was saying about the audiobook, and one of the things that I've noticed is that even though I'm using the Blue Yeti to record the voice, uncompressed of course, it does do wonders, like you say. Just a little bit of compression, a little bit of noise reduction, it just turns this into a really nice sounding production. It was sounding good before, but now it's sounding fantastic. Maybe we can give you a sample chapter and you can let me know what you think of my settings. I don't want to screw things up. I like to have the quality as good as possible, but at the same time I don't know that much about audio. So if this wasn't the way to go, what was the way to go? I do remember all this, so this is the upstairs bit here. I think there was also a downstairs bit, wasn't it? Thank you, Christina. I think I don't actually remember if I used the dynamics on that. I must have a look. I think I may not have done that. Maybe I can come out with a remastered version of that. Yeah, so Brian's book sounds exactly like that, because I used the same setup, and I just made sure that the lower ends of the audio, when it's not when I'm just speaking softly, so to say, it just brings that up a little bit higher there. Exactly, Dreamlab. I totally made sure I do not do that, because it's very easy to spot if you fiddle with the sliders and you go, oh no, hang on a minute, that sounds terrible. The noise gate works really well, I have to say. I thought there was no noise, and then you hear it, you listen to it with and without noise reduction, and you go, oh, hang on a minute, there was noise. And once I spotted it, I can't stop unhearing it. But again, you do too much, and then it goes crazy. Righty, I seem to remember now. This little piece at the bottom here is what we need to reach, wasn't it? That thing here. How do I do that? Or better yet, make a video about it and teach us all about that. It'd be really, really nice to have an audio professional's perspective on here. This is what a high-pass filter does. This is what a low-pass filter does. This is how you set up compression properly, and so forth. It'd be really, really good, almost like a mini-series of quick introduction to audio fiddlings, that sort of thing. Aha. I think we're getting closer here. Yeah, but you know what I mean. Pro as in you've been places, you've seen things, I did get that audio, Patrick. That sounded so funny. I'm definitely going to put that into the next Subnautica stream. It was hilarious. Speaking of which.
To the end of nothingness.
Oh, thank you. Oh, it looks like the link didn't come out yet, fair woman. Sometimes I have to approve these things. Me or Julia or Christina, we have to approve these things, but I didn't see anything coming up there. post it on Discord.
No, she knows. It was the link.
Oh, okay, great, okay. I thought it was YouTube eating up the link because, it does that. So funny, Patrick. There's that noisy machine again creeping in.
Just say something for it.
Now it was one of these many staircases that we wandered up. There we go. I think it was this one. So where that creepy music comes out again. And I did seem to remember last time I was fascinated by this thing because it looks almost like there's another sphere thing that got transported in or out. Don't want to step into that. That looks like the water on the Lost River there. Yeah, usually we do see these things, but we didn't see it, so maybe Feral Woman didn't quite post the link just yet. It's difficult to find a link to a YouTube channel. Seriously, this is not an easy feat. I've made a video on how to do that, and it's one of the most popular ones on my channel, And it's for that reason, because it's almost rocket science to find out where that thing is. You'd imagine YouTube make it easy so that you can share it, but hey, not quite the case. Thank you, YouTube. Isn't it funny? We've been dealing with this large skeleton in Subnautica so much, and here it is again, yet another very large skeleton. Ooh. Oh, I've seen the trailer yesterday, Patrick. Oh my god. We're looking forward to that. Very much looking forward to that. Picard. I did. 7 of 9 I thought looked exactly like she always did. Picard looked a little older. Data looked fatter. And that's... I mean, for humans to age, that's perfectly fine. But Data... But I wonder, though, if they're clever, they're going to poke fun at that. And there's some kind of, whatever, upgrade that Data has made that makes him more human and aged or whatnot. I wonder if they're going to touch on that. Because it literally is very noticeable. And with Picard, I'm thinking, yeah, this is nice also that they didn't try to make him as young as he used to be. That's just what he is now, and that's part of the story. That's very, very clever to do that. And I wonder how they're going to get around that with Data. He did. I wonder if they've actually made him a little bit older. Do you remember that movie? Was it the one Insurrection, was it? That was technically the Fountain of Youth story, wasn't it, that they were telling there? And I haven't seen this movie in a while, but I do remember reading about how they approached Patrick Stewart about this, and they thought, well, we didn't want to hurt your feelings and all, but we're trying to make it appear as if you're a little more seasoned in the beginning, and then when you get to this planet, then you gradually get younger. Maybe, very possible. that is very true. For a 79-year-old, he looks pretty good, I say. Yeah, do you know what, fair woman? Just post the link on our Discord, then we can look at it there. Put it in the gaming chat, and then just post the link there, or in discoveries even. That's a good idea. Post it in discoveries, then we know where to look. Yeah, Discord's easy on the links. Maybe YouTube are cracking down on people posting links. I don't know. Some links just get lost in translation. I didn't see the Borg cube, Patrick. I'm still lost here. This is also not where we want to be, is it? Yeah, do that, Feral Woman. Sorry, it's not working. Usually, in the past, this has worked, but it could well be that something's no longer doing as it's told. Ah, Christina made it work. Excellent. Good stuff. Thank you, Christina. Ah, this looks interesting. It's a very good point, yeah. They have the sphere and the cube. Do they have a pyramid? Should they have a pyramid? Ah, very clever. Maybe only mods can post links now. That could be possible. But usually it gets held for moderation. But hey, learn something new today. Brian, what do you think? Are we anywhere close to where I actually want to be? Good point, Patrick. Good point. Flying pyramids. Oh, I'm glad you don't know. We're lost without you, man. This was the gondola thing? I do remember that. That's what I'm thinking, fair woman. Maybe that is exactly how they're going to get around that, explaining that. Can you imagine one of the developers is looking at this and they're going, yeah, I have no idea how to do this either anymore. It's been a while since we've developed a game. The good thing is it looks it just looks all very mysterious. I'm actually happy to just wander around and see what else we can uncover here. I don't even know if we need to do more stuff here in Grey World. Because, my plan, it's just a crazy idea. I don't know if that's actually what we're meant to do. Okay, let's retrace our steps. Law. His Data's brother's name was Law, and B4 was apparently this prototype thing that they met in... God, what was the name of that movie again? The awful one. The Next Generation awful movie. And they found him like in pieces somewhere in the desert, wasn't it? That's how they found before. Nemesis, that was the one. Yes, the embarrassing Star Trek movie. Not that they didn't try. Maybe I should watch it again. Maybe it was just because if you come into it with high expectations and then half of them aren't met. Yeah, maybe I should watch it again. Give it another chance. Maybe they just found a fatter version of Data than in in the B5 or something. Oh, interesting. Right, right. Aha! Have we arrived? Is this where we're supposed to be? Is it? Have we not found this before? It is, isn't it? I don't remember that from last time. Okay, cut the grey wire. Done, they're all grey. Damn. Okay, shall we do this thing, my friends? Let's try this. See where that gets us. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna press the button now. And let's see what happens, shall we? Yeah, I mean, how many times can we utilize these switches? Where the hell are we now? This is Hunrath, isn't it? This all looks very human here. 2 directions to explore. Oh my god. Speaking of Star Trek, look at this. Someone had fun making those books and putting them in random order. That's very cool. And this looks like a broken teddy bear robot type thing. This is like someone's attic. Oh, really? Oh. I'm not going to touch anything right now. I'm going to go and look around. Maybe the harp. This reminds me a little bit of the hatch in Lost. You walk through this world that's quite clearly one thing, and then you step through some kind of door, and then you're somewhere completely different. And everything reminds you of humanity, and you question if it really was or is. It's a very nice way of making a flower in 3D. It's fairly simple geometry, and it's got a very good effect there. Low polygon count, very nicely done. Ah yeah, book to read, things to pick up. Looks like a puppet theater about to start. Another thing that we can touch and fiddle with. How exciting. Ah, people. Ah yes, familiar landscapes. And this looks like the inhabitant of Grey World that we've just found there. More books. Wow. Do you mean on this shelf here, or was it on the other shelf? What's the Ark? Alright. Oops. Oh, I keep forgetting that I can only look at them with... How do I do that again? With, oh yeah, like this. Oh. 2E. Maybe the next one's going to be called B4. This one here, Rod. To me it looks like copper. Damn, we could use that in another game. Oh really? How exciting! I didn't know that's what it was. Ah. Okay, we'll be here, fair woman. We'll be here. Makes you wonder what this is. Dentist instruments. That old? Oh, wow. I had no idea. I'm gonna have to look that up. That sounds really exciting. You're right, Rod. It shouldn't exist. Oops. Is there a chance that we can wind this thing up here? No. Dude, what's happened to your eyes? I don't know if I can... Is it possible to do anything with these things? Like press a button on something like that? Oh, wow. Shouldn't exist. I like that. He's certainly got eyes on stalks, doesn't he? Click spring. Oh, awesome. Thank you for letting me know. That's very exciting stuff. Let's have a look in that book here. I wonder what that's a picture of. I wonder if we're going to encounter something like that. I'm just thinking if we've encountered... Well, we haven't encountered that either, have we? I was thinking, could be Chris Farley. Or maybe we'll take a screenshot then, just in case. Well, let's have a look at that book here. Actually, what's this? There's another little tidbit here. See, this one says JM. I don't know about that. MJ? Michael Jackson? Or was it WR? Yeah, good point. Huh. Okay, lore. Let's read the lore. The Villain. I can't find the words. It's such a foreign life cycle, or perhaps not. They launch themselves across the expanse of space, preserved for eons, until at least their technological arcs can hone in and carry them to a new home. They have no connection with their predecessors, but in spite of this, perhaps because of this, they have amazing recollections of their history. Their stories are epic, reaching back through the eons. Until many of us who were abducted, they were abducted as a whole. Their scoop moved an entire facility that was about to be annihilated. I have come to believe that they, perhaps more than any of us, have a deeper understanding of whatever this strange system is that we find ourselves in. Oh, I see, that's a date. 15997 AH. And then we go to 16333 AH. What was AH again? I need to write this down. We buried Ji Yun today. This place never really agreed with her. Kept to herself mostly, depressed and downcast. Anyway, I digress. I stayed after the brief words were spoken. I was the last to leave. I wandered to the dome, as I often do, and looked out at the undulating saurian weirdness beyond the cell wall. Movement caught my eye. Now, on very rare occasions, I've seen Molfangs scrambling about in the distance, but there have been fewer and fewer sightings over the years. But before me was a tall, haggard Molfang running it desperately, almost directly toward me from one of the distant structures. It, I still can't tell the gender, got closer and closer. I thought it would see me and stop, or turn around, or be curious about this strange dome and our world inside it. But it continued running quickly, almost directly to my position. I was frozen in place with curiosity until my reflexes took over at the last moment and I leapt out of the way. But rather than hit the dome and fall backwards or come through into Hunrath, the dome flashed its familiar tone and the Molfang vanished. I was stunned for a bit, but I retrieved my wits and stepped into the dome myself to quickly get to the other side. After getting through, I immediately turned around and saw the Molfang outside on the other side of the dome, still running away from whatever it feared, but as if it had no sense of passing around the dome. That's interesting, isn't it? As surprising as the event was, it did serve to settle a few things in my mind. I always wondered how no one on Earth noticed what had replaced this chunk of Arizona we have here. Oh look, and this is a rant. Look, they've had rants. They've totally had rants here. 16772 AH, just like Rod on his YouTube channel. Very cool. I've got to vent again. There are those who argue with me. Over and over, I demonstrate that in almost every case, whatever the process was that brought us here, it occurred at a pivotal moment. They tell their stories and they still can't admit that the abduction actually saved each of us, all of us. What is it in human nature that grasps so strongly to the past that we blame our saviors for stealing it from us? Okay, just one more vent before bed. If each of us was individually saved from something, then maybe all of us were corporately saved from something larger. Can we really be sure what's left? And this. The arrivers come from various places and times. Sarah got here almost 15 years ago from the year 2055, and Uziel got here 2.5 years ago from 1942. What does that mean? Time here is shuffled and chaotic compared to Earth. What state is Earth in right now? When is Earth right now? Wow, how long is this? Look at that, there's a lot to read here. Let's have a look at the highlighted passages. Tomorrow I will talk with CW. He could be swayed from his battery plan. Very nice. It is another audiobook, isn't it? Whoops. Yes, it is. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go and post some screenshots of this so we can all read it and post that on Discord, because I think that's something that's very, very cool. There we go. What is that battery plan all about? I really don't journal much, really. It looks very different though to us. May God have mercy on my soul. That's never good if something ends like that and then you don't hear anything from that person again. So I'll put those on Discord in the game chat. Oh, just checking my stream application. He has some menu popped open there. Much better. There we go. So what else can we have a look at here? This is the little bunny rabbit. Hello, bunny. How you doing? Looks a bit like the Duracell bunny, doesn't it? Ooh. Lit Spooky Gingy. Thank you so much for your subscription. I really appreciate that. And thank you for joining us today. More books over here. Oh, this one I can't open. How interesting. Cerberus B.S. Wolf. Oh, does that ring a bell? Cerberus, wasn't that the network in Mass Effect? Adventures in the Ages of Mist and Beyond. Aha, I see. Bullshit wolf, yeah. Ah. From caverns miles beneath New Mexico desert, the Denis ruled an empire that lasted 10 millennia. They wrote linking books that allowed them to span universes, ignoring the primitive humans that infested the surface. But the glory of Denis was brought low mere centuries ago, and their ages were left empty and abandoned. Until now. Very cool. A book by Cyan. How exciting. That is so cool. Here we have the Book of Mist. Ooh, okay. Oh, no, hang on. We need to have a closer look at that. Did somebody say battery plan? Oops. I find it very difficult to do something about this. I thought maybe we can take out a RAM chip or something. This looks like a motherboard of a tiny computer, a little RAM chip here. This looks like a memory card. Yeah, it looks like I can't do anything with that. But it's certainly funny, almost as if the Myst game is running inside this little book here. Yeah, maybe it is. Very nice touch. Yeah, absolutely. They really went all out on this, weren't they? Brian, do you know how big the team was that made this? Because this looks like it's not exactly a 5-man job there. Ah. Rye larval nodes. I wonder if these things that we've seen here, these things, they may be the Arai larvae then. We've read something like that in Farley's house, and this guy seems to have done some studies on that. It takes about 3 to 5 days for a single Arai larvae to change colors after being moved to a new surface. Pulsing stops immediately upon removal from captar induced by polyarchs. Cloning has been extremely easy, like potatoes easy. My goodness, really? Organics: plant fiber yellow, bone light yellow, Arai encrustment green, metals gold pink, copper red orange. So they have copper, titanium orange, silver red, aluminium red orange. Isn't that funny, Patrick? Yeah. Morfang Tech is magenta. Villain extrusions are near white. I don't understand this. To do, I'm curious about the effect of combining various base surface. Still a bit odd experimenting with the life forms. The light they emit is handy given our limited supply of diesel fuel. Wouldn't that be nice? Yes, that would be really good. So many Subnautica crossovers here. I'm glad we're playing both these games. I still can't believe that we've actually killed that ghost Leviathan. That was crazy. Well, that was one area of that house. Don't know if we've explored this here fully. I mean, you know, technically Subnautica and this game are saved on the same hard drive. Why can't we just, you know, exchange save games? I'm going to have a quick peek over the other direction. I wonder where in Hunrath we actually are. If indeed we are in Hunrath. Oh, did you see that? There was a little bit of a lighting change here. I think that may have been... Oh no, it was just the automatic gain control here. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you for the warning, Brian. Because, I mean, here's me thinking we are definitely in Hunrath. Maybe we're not. That's just crazy, isn't it? And she welcomes us home. Oh my goodness. That is creepy. That is really well done. This seriously messes with your head, this game. Unbelievable. I don't think it was. I didn't see that last time. And this is the way back, right? Yeah, this is the way back. Okay. Oh, this is creepy. So now we have another way into... Oh, I see. That's the door that we just closed here. Could we have... I mean, I don't know if that would have worked, but... I wonder, had we known this, I wonder, have we just been able to close this door, had we found this passage? Huh. Julia, Patrick says hi, by the way. Julia says hi, Patrick. So, that was crazy. And here we are in Farley's front garden now. Okay. Yes, this is why we need Patrick bouncing on the door now, saying, "Let me in."
I'll get you next time, Jay.
Oh my god, quickly, close the door. I said close it, not open it, man. So, it looks like we can just quickly go back now, can't we? By just closing that door here, quickly go back to Grey World. Because we only discovered this incidentally, like by pure fluke, really. Do you think there's anything else that we need to do here in this room? Is there anything obvious that I've not clicked on? Okay, because I am still curious about just going back into other world here, into Grey World, and trying to find that other door that was blocked last time. Alright, time traveling, here we go! Can you imagine, on enhanced difficulty with this game, there'd be something like you can only travel between worlds, I don't know, 10, 15 times. If you don't do that, if you do it more than that, more often than that, you'll suffer consequences. Yeah, exactly. Radiation poisoning. So, we're back in Grey World. We're leaving Hunrath behind. But we now know that we have an inn to Farley's house. Now that is nice. Rod, we had some Chex Mix earlier. Very cool. Ooh, okay, what's happening here? Guys, come back here. Wait, I say. Oh, it's on the outside. They made a very good point. Why has no one noticed that a chunk of Arizona is missing? Spherically missing. I have no idea what you're saying, Patrick. Oh, I see. Yeah, like literally one thing gets placed into... Yeah, but then wouldn't the people on Earth now think, ooh, what's that spherical piece of purple land in Arizona? Somebody's probably selling tickets for that right now. $100 a pop, man! Ay caramba! Is this new as well? Green World, right? How interesting! We're gonna do a lot of interdimensional traveling today. Has this not been here last time? You know, also I like that every of these transmitting devices is constructed slightly differently. Some have levers, some have the button covered with something else. How interesting. Mantic Glitter, hello! Is it Feral Woman, is it? It is so wonderful when Mixer gives you these random names. Ah, I say, welcome to Green World. Oh. Hey, we've seen this before in the garage. It's a wonderful effect, I have to say. Last time we could type some kind of a number on here. Maybe that doesn't work today. A door, you say? Ooh, thank you so much for following, Mantic Glitter. And thank you so much for hosting the stream, Christina. That is very exciting. Woohoo! We've been to Greenworld before, but we didn't get very far, I must say, because all we got was a closed door. It looked very pretty though, I must say. We got a closed door and that was it. At least now we're getting a kind of machine here with the thing and everything. Thank you, Rod, for hosting my stream. Very nice. Yeah, do you know there was a trick to changing your Mixer username? It's on the account. And once you've changed it there, you have to then go and log out of Mixer and then log back in, and then your name will be updated. Yeah, purple little mushrooms. This reminds me of the other time we were in Greenworld where we could literally do nothing. I wonder if we've arrived behind that door here in Greenworld, literally on the other side. Because it's one of those games that doesn't let me jump down or jump up on something. So it looks like I'm kind of literally stuck here in this little round bit here. There's nothing I can do with this. No, apparently not. The purple mushrooms, I've tried. It doesn't seem to let me do anything with them. Eat the mushrooms. Ah, yes. This is definitely one of those worlds in which we probably have to disable that laser here that will enable us then to go through the north and come out in the south. Oh, there we go. There's these little critters again. We've just seen them before, these flying things. Ah. Interesting. So, is Grey World a sphere inside Green World? Crazy. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, mouse. Let's do mouse. I see. Look, it looks like with the mouse I can do better things here. What shall I write? Oh, look at that. That was nice, wasn't it? Did you see that? Door has opened. Oh, wow. Man, I'm glad I'm recording this because I've forgotten what I did here now. Cool. Well, since we know how to get to this part, namely from Hunrath, I think perhaps we've done everything that we need to do here. And we can go and stroll right back into Grey World. Jump down. Yeah, I can't jump down. It won't let me do that. Be too easy, wouldn't it? Nah, can't jump down. Okay, back to Grey World. Hiya! However this magic is being done, we have no idea. Do you all have coffee, by the way? Let me get you coffee. Oh, that was pizza. Not bad. Are we not traveling here? Did I not press the button correctly? There. And a coffee. There. Pizza and coffee. You know, it was so complicated, fair woman. I've put an article up on my website. Let me see if I can find it quickly. And then I'll post the link in the chat there. How to change your username on Mixer. Okay, here we go. Try that, see if that works for you. I do remember it was a little bit daunting. It was a tiny bit unobvious to do this. A bit like finding your URL on YouTube, that's also not that obvious. So, where else have we not been then? Down. Good fog effect. Do you know, Julia is typing like mad, but she's also got the noisiest keyboard on the planet. We did buy her a quieter one. She tried that out for 10 seconds this morning and said, yeah, I need to get used to that another day. And what a shame. Now it's back in the packet and it's so nice and quiet. What a shame. One day she'll have a silent, quiet keyboard. But yeah, you're impressing people without even being in vision, Julia. That's awesome, isn't it? It is one of those, what is it? It's a K185 Logitech. Ah. Is this how we got in here? Ah. Do you know, I remember I had one of those Microsoft Natural keyboards back in the day, and that was for Windows 3.1, I think. And it came with the driver disk that let you map a mechanical typewriter sound in addition to the sound that the keyboard was making, and that sounded seriously mad. That would be quite crazy, yeah. So, okay, let's see if we can go back up here. Good luck, Mantic Glitter. You'll get there. It's a puzzle. It's a game, you know? It's just part of the game. Maybe that's why they've made that so complicated. They wanted you to have a nice time working this little puzzle out. Brian, if you have any pointers to me what I should be doing next, please let me know. Eventually we'll get there. It's one of those games, eventually we'll get there. Do you know, I think, let's do that. Let's watch the stream together and see how we did it. Trekkie Patrick, that's great. You should be called Trekkie Patrick. Makes me think that I've got more viewers. Hey, welcome to the stream, Trekkie Patrick. Awesome. Trekkie Patrick, that'll be. You should have a new name every week. Hint, yes. Let's have it. Let's have it. Because Brian doesn't just give the answer away, he gives us a hint wrapped in a hint. Come on. What have you got for us today, Brian? Now that we've got the creepy music back, perfect timing. Let's look at nice visuals like this. Yes, absolutely cool. Let's do that. Okay. Around that area? We can do that. If we can find our way out of here. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Well, hang on a minute. That should be... He says, that should be really easy. No problem at all. Okay, I'll give up. I don't know where to go now. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. This looks like... Actually, before we go there, let me just have a quick look up here. While we're here, while we're in the vicinity. I have a good feeling about this. Here's the tree. This is basically where we need to go at one point. We need to somehow give this guy some water. And then hopefully he'll start being, you know, a nicer color. That's the idea. And that will hopefully open some kind of underwater, how do you say that even? It's kind of an underworld traveling thing. So there's definitely something else that we need to do in Grey World here. Ah. Well, it'll be good to see. For now, you know, I think Rod, you had the same problem, didn't you? You changed your name, you logged out, you logged back in, and your name just didn't take until literally next week, at which point it magically just appeared. Well, maybe you've got a special agreement there with Microsoft. Who knows, Patrick? Oh, interesting. Okay, let's try and find our way back to Hunrath. Godspeed, everyone. Down here. Ah, maybe not. That's that. How did we get to Farley's house? Ah, feral woman! How exciting! Very cool. Yes, now you need an avatar. Very important. How did we get to Farley's house there just a minute ago? How did we do that? Where was that again? Because that's probably the shortest way into Hunrath. And what is this? Have we been here? I don't think we've seen that before either. It's part of the fun, isn't it? Figuring these things out. I think that's why all of us are into 3D software. Because it's all about figuring out how to do it. Yeah, and I think these experience points you can then use to put emoticons or emotes into the chat. I think that's how it works. Maybe it was this way. Was it this way and then over this and then through the thing? And let's see if I can do that. Ooh, I'm sprinting. Look at that. Very cool. Yeah, so what attracted us to Mixer in the first place, Fair Woman, was indeed the fact that the latency is just so amazing. That literally what you type comes out immediately, and what happens on my computer you see immediately when it works. And YouTube and Twitch, they all take about like 3 to 5 seconds for us to see something. So it makes the interaction just so much more, just more natural and better. Did you know that YouTube have expanded their super chat thing? When you watch on YouTube, you can now not just buy a super chat message, you can now also buy a super chat sticker or super sticker or something like that. So if you're on YouTube and you click that little dollar icon, it is a tad expensive, I must say, but you can now buy custom emotes on YouTube as well when you're watching a stream. That's kind of a cool thing that they're trying to become more and more like Twitch, I guess. And I think some of them are GIFs as well. Okay, this was Green World, that's perfect. So we're gonna go further up here. See if we can get that shortcut back to Hunrath. Alright, I'm on D Live. Are you on D Live? Okay. Yes, I'm streaming this to literally every platform on the planet. Okay, back to Hunrath, everyone. To Hunrath, Alice. Yay, there we go. The Rock. How exciting. Come on, let's see the fairy again. This time I'm watching the mixer window. Yay, there she comes. Woo, woo, hello fairy. So cute. Ooh, there's another one. Look at that. Hello again, fairy. Oh my god, there she goes. So cute. It is quite nice to be able to do these things. It's very funny. I like it. Alright, we're in Hunrath. I can smell the fresh air. Yeah, why didn't it work? How did you do it? Could you pick it from the skills section, or did you have to upload it? Hello, Farley's house. How you doing? See how many other hidden doors there are that we haven't quite uncovered yet. Ah yes, of course, this is now the front of it. I forgot now, how do we get to the rocky sphere again? Do we get there this way? Oh, and that was under skills? Oh, you mean you used the send a GIF option? That's the one, right? That's the one you used? I wonder, so what happens then? If you do that, does it prompt you to upload a GIF? Is that how it works? So many things to figure out. How exciting. Yeah, this is another way of uploading something to the chat. But it's just so much sexier if it goes and embeds it there live for us to see. Ah. So, we're back at that wooden sphere. Basically how we started. Ah, there we go, it works! It works, I can see it now. Oh, that was Christina, I see. Very cute puppy. That's another good trick shot. How to upload a GIF to a Mixer stream. So Brian says, have a look around the wooden sphere back in Hunrath. We're back here. And it is true, we have neglected to check out what's actually happening underneath that sphere. Because there's also a button. Do you know, a very good point. Yes, people would just have the wrong idea pretty much instantly. Ah. Brian, you are the magic man. Because this thing has just twisted, and that may just be exactly what we need. So if we manage to go back up here and now just go back, I wonder if these stairs will now get us into that other door. Let's try it out. Yeah, so it has moved. I don't know how far, or if it's far enough and all. But it's just nothing like figuring this thing out and trying it out. Okay, let's see what happens. Yeah, there were magnets and springs and all kinds of exciting things there. Well, maybe it's muted. Could that be? We've got sound. Ah, there's my pizza dog. So this is how the GIFs work. I see. Very cool. See, I think we can spin this thing around in increments. So this has obviously not provided us with where we want to go. Let's go back to Hunrath. Try this thing again. It was very funny, very cool what they do here. I'd love to try out this game, it's called Late Shift, and it integrates with Mixer, so you guys have control over the game. I don't quite know how that works, but yeah, once this is over, we're going to have to play that. I'd love to see how that works. Integration with Mixer. More like a movie, it's kind of more like watching a movie together, but we can set where the movie shall go, in which directions it should go. So it's more like an interactive adventure game. So I'll go and have movie night one day. Let's go back down. Thank you for the tip, Ryan, by the way. Very cool. I think last time we looked at this, we just couldn't work out how to do it, or there was no electricity on it. So let's press that button again. Okay. Yeah. I remember trying to play on my antiquated hardware under a killing moon. Tex Murphy adventure. My god, was my computer struggling to play back those, whatever they were, 120 by 180 pixel keyed images. Oh, I think you just follow Fair Woman. I think it's... There's subscribing, which I think is only allowed to partners. If I would be a Mixer partner, then you could subscribe, which costs money, and following is just a free version, like a subscription on YouTube, basically. I don't know why these things have to be called 3 different things on 3 different platforms. Makes it so complicated. Okay, so that increment was also not quite enough. Yeah, because on Twitch you have... What is it on Twitch again? Is that they have subscriptions and follows, isn't it? I think the subscription is the paid version, and then following... Or the subscription is the free version there, and then you can do something else. You can... I forgot how that works on Twitch. Subs are paid, that's how it works, right. Patrick, it is Dutch. It means the guy from the lock, I believe. Okay, let's go back to Hunrath. Tweak that little sphere one more time. Oh well, I tell you, this is how it all came to be. So my mom is from Germany. My dad was from Holland, from the Netherlands, Woerden, to be exact. I think no, it's not actually. Yeah, it was Woerden, somewhere around Utrecht, I believe. And he came to Germany when he was 16 with his whole family, and they met and had me when they were 18. And then I grew up in Germany. So we visited friends and family in Holland. And yeah, but I grew up in Germany, so yes. Then I moved to London, stayed there for 13 years, met Julia, got married. Then we moved to Miami Beach. And that's where we've been ever since. That explains the weird accent, I hope. That is true, but if I were to pronounce it like that, Patrick, no one would be able to phonetically reproduce my name, which is difficult enough as it is, isn't it? Yes, I suppose Versluis would be the correct way to pronounce it. But if I'd say that, people would just be mega confused. Okay, one more increment. See, go back to Grey World. And see where that gets us. It is, isn't it? It's funny, but very complicated. No, the other way around. It's complicated, but very funny. That's what it is. Wow. That is quite a, yeah, that is quite an interesting family tree you've got there. And you're joining us from Canada, is that correct? See, we're almost there. We're almost there. I bet we're getting there, and then we find that the door is actually closed or something. Which would also be funny. Come on, one more time. Good thing there are no side effects here. A Heinz 57 varieties, all rolled in one. I like that. Dude, button, man. I did press you, didn't I? There we go. Aha. Do you know how they make Heinz ketchup? I tell you how. It's quite a crazy story. You'd think there's a factory in which they mix together, I don't know, they grab tomatoes and they boil them and they put spices in and this and the other. And then they boil stuff down, put it in tubes, and then it's ketchup, right? That's not what you'd imagine how it works. But no, that's actually not how it works. I've seen this documentary there, and it appears that... Can I go down here? It appears that there's a factory that in fact makes the ketchup, but what they do is they get a delivery twice a week of a lorry that gives them in tightly wrapped silver packets some ketchup concentrate that they mix with water and spices, and then it goes into bottles. And you ask them, so what's in that silver packet of goodness that arrives here twice a week? And they go, we don't know. We have no idea what's in this stuff. We just get it, we open the sachet, we mix it with filtered water. I assume it's filtered. Then a test gets sent off to the lab, and if the numbers are right, we pop it in bottles and sell it all over Europe and the rest of the world. And you go, yeah, but where did the tomatoes come into play? And they have to tell you, we don't know. We're not allowed to say. We're not allowed to know, basically. All we can tell you is that's our job. And that's how the ketchup ends up in the bottles. You'd hope it had something to do with tomatoes. In London, they had this thing called, I think it was around Halloween one day, one year. It was called Heinz green sauce. There we go. I think we're there. Oh my God, let's go upstairs, see what happens. So yes, just to finish that ketchup story, they had this thing called green sauce, and it was just regular Heinz ketchup, but it looked matte green, and there was no red in that stuff at all. And it was just so crazy that with your eyes closed, you'd think, yeah, it's exactly the same as red tomato ketchup, but it's green. So it makes me wonder if the redness in ketchup is actually just something that is artificially added. Oh my God, this is exciting. What might be behind door number 3? Find out next time on Abduction. Let's not open it just... Nah, that'd be terrible. Let's open it. Oh yeah, I think I have once. I've made them myself. This is quite nice actually. We can buy green tomatoes here at the supermarket when they're in season. And they are just delicious, aren't they? So we're still in Grey World. We're not in Farley's house again, which is good. Me too. This looks very much like where we've just been to. Haven't we been here literally half an hour ago? Could be, couldn't it? Yeah, maybe we were not up here. I do remember these ragged purple things here. And I also remember swinging by the tree here. Yeah, we've been here already. What a washout. Well, it was certainly fun trying to get that door open. certainly a shortcut back to Hunrath. That's cool. So, but what does this tell us? These steps can be literally moved anywhere. Have we been here then? We have, haven't we? This is kind of the entrance. This is what got us into here, wasn't it? Or was it? I mean, there's another door behind there. I do assume that's how we got into here. Maybe we got into here a different way. Could that be? Could we have gone into here from below? I'm kind of curious to see what happens. What happens if we find, you know, because the thing is, the upstairs stairs here, like these ones, they got us to here, but maybe this is also applicable to the downstairs ones. So maybe I'll just go and twiddle with this thing again, and then we'll see where the downstairs stairs gets us. But because we did see, did we not, this other little, what's it called here? Maybe I can quickly go back and refresh everyone's memory here. There is this lower level that we could just about peek at. Don't know if we could see it here. We could see something down there, wasn't it? That's what I'm thinking, Dreamlab. That's exactly what I'm thinking. There's something where we can just about peek into there. And I wonder if this downstairs path will let us go there. Because this is kind of where we want to go, isn't it? This looks like a downstairs path to the tree. And perhaps the downstairs stairs, if that is in fact a word. Let's do it! Now the other thing I'd love to know, maybe we can spot it when we spin that wooden sphere in a minute, how far does it actually turn? How many degrees? So because this, like you say, a quarter turn should get us 180 degrees should get us here with the top stairs. This looks like another thing at the bottom. Anything else? Quarter turn it is. Yes, it sounds like gushing water, doesn't it? Ah, come on. Welcome to Hunrath, once again. I always forget how to get out of here, literally every time. Okay, let's watch, see if we can figure out how far this thing turns. What do you think? Was that 90 degrees? Could have been 90 degrees. Yeah, like a quarter turn. Okay, cool. Let's see if that was the correct direction now for our little downstairs experiment here. Oh, we had another design. Very cool. Was it 45? Could be. $45, that would literally give us 8 possibilities. That would just be, yeah, it could well be 40. If this was the door that it was pointed at before, then it looks like perhaps it was 45. It is, isn't it? definitely off. But one more turn should sort us out. And I think you're absolutely right. It was 45 degrees. So if we were to ever go and contemplate going here, then I guess we need to go 1, 2, 3 more turns at least. So let's try one more and see where that gets us. I think tonight I might have a look at that new Subnautica Below Zero update. I haven't looked at the last one. I just didn't have the time to check it. They had the Spy Pengling update. Oh my goodness. Brian. Oh my god, wow. You're isolated. But you can still watch the stream. That is really cool, actually. Yes, we kind of get them literally out of nowhere sometimes. It's crazy, isn't it? Yes, so we found out that we could open that door in Grey World. So we found that upper door after like going back and forth to Hunrath and back to Grey World like for about 50 times what it felt like. And it was, we got there and it looks like it didn't get us anywhere new, that is. So now we're doing the same thing again and we're trying to see if we can get the bottom stairs aligned correctly. We don't know where that's going to be, where that's going to get us. We were trying to work out how far this thing turns, but I think you're right, Christina. It was probably 45 degrees. Okay, there's fog coming in here already. That's always good, isn't it? And we're hoping... Oh, hello. Hello, my friends. Please provide light. Ah, nice one. Creepy music is happening. Oh, are you guys hatching? Are you guys friendly? That is definitely new. You know, we just casually accept that there's so many fast-moving objects on the screen. That's actually really, really difficult to do and very memory intense too. Trekkie Patrick, look at what we found. We've managed to line up that downstairs thing, and we found these little critters. Seem to be friendly for now. Some more nice volumetric lighting effects here. Oh, I completely forgot about taking some screenshots here. Very cool. But what does this mean for us? Where are we? What are we supposed to do next? Ah, yes, this is what we saw from upstairs there, I think. Was this it? No way. Well, it looks like he got stuck in the sphere here. It's almost like he was teleporting from one place to another. And he just got stuck in there, poor little guy. And is this thing... This thing looks like the material that these holographic things were made of. £120, that's not bad. Maybe it's kilograms rather. Well, it's maybe 130, right, isn't it? So before we do any lever twiddling here, let's go to the let's have another look around here. Look at that. There's more paper to have a look at. Ah. Oh good. That's easy to remember. Please read thoroughly. We must have every detail in place. Our lives and our species depend on this being executed perfectly. Patrick. Yes, the large number, tell me. The locations and times in this document are based on the information leaked by Ruko and Chavar. Our lives depend on the accuracy of the information we receive from them. Remainers, CW on Earth, Tra, Apra and Orbar in Marae, Arai, 1 Polyarch in Kaptar. Prep, day 17143 AH, hour 12, begin chambering. End of day 17146 AH, Farley verifies, manifest, all souls chambered. Oh my god, what were they doing? Beginning of day 17148 AH, remainers in place with hands-on swap trigger. Beginning of day 17148H, Ruku and Chavar arrive, question mark, chambered by Tra. Tra on guard of chamber. What were they doing? Woo! Brian, that doesn't sound nice. How long will you be able to stay with us? Oh, did I take a screenshot of that? There we go. Maybe. Who knows? We're the only lifeline you have left. Oh, I hope it's gonna calm down in a moment. Is the storm still going, or is it... yeah, exactly. Are you in a tornado area? Well, there was one other area here that we can explore before we do this. Oh, storm is over. Good stuff. Phew. It looks like we can go all the way down here. Or can we? I can send some fireflies over if you need some light there. Ah, okay. Looks like we're finally getting tree access here. Yeah, eastern seaboard, that's not very nice, is it? Do you think we can walk through here if we're fast enough? Let's try. The answer is no. It makes me wonder if they were trying to cut into the rock here. How's the cat holding up? Wow, it is serious. So no cell coverage, but you still have Wi-Fi. Yeah, obviously you must be. That would be good. Yeah, can you imagine? In the storm. Zoom. That'd be some good footage, Brian. So I wonder then if our next mission, should we choose to accept it, is to somehow stop this now and wander through here? Because we're kind of on the right level to reach that tree, but we haven't quite, probably not quite reached the right level for that just yet. So I suppose that's up here. Maybe we're going to try and do that next time. For now, I want to know what happens if we flick that switch over there that we've just found. Sounds so nervous, these little guys. Okay, down there. Oh no, hang on. Wrong way. That's the way back to Hunrath. So oblivious, isn't it? Cat's all sleepy and that's, yeah, I'm okay, or whatever. Sirens are happening outside, that's okay. So, the moment of truth. I will step on the scale. And do what? Oh, no, hang on a minute. What do we need to put in here? I thought this is just another teleportation traveling device. Thank you for your confidence, Rod. But I can't seem to operate this thing. It looks like maybe I should place something inside here. But of course I can't carry anything, so... Do you think this guy here? Oh no, the other Reaper. Oh, imagine my disappointment when I found out that we actually only killed... what's it called? Reaper Leviathan, Ghost Leviathan, rather than the Reaper. So it makes me wonder if we can take the same approach with the Reaper next time. Yeah, exactly. And sadly he was not made of copper. One day we'll find all the copper that we want. It makes me wonder if we should pick up one of these things and just put it in here. Pick up something and put it in there. But it looks like I can't really operate anything on this machine here. Huh. Well, I guess we have our work cut out for us. Yeah, the red cable just goes to the scale. Could be. Could be. That would make sense, wouldn't it? That we have to hit this at the red mark there, 150 whatever dipdops it is. How would I pick something up though? Because I can't carry anything. I mean, this is a sphere, so it makes me wonder if it is another teleportation trick here. 42. Whew. Maybe if I just push this thing over and stick it on the... Yeah! Yeah! No, it doesn't work. Done. How do I increase my weight when there's nothing that I can carry or pick up? Wouldn't that be nice? That would also be an idea. Let's just change gravity. That made me heavier. There's gotta be a trick to it. Let's read this clever manual here one more time. Trigger time, hour 5, so-and-so. Trigger locations as prescribed. All locations should have small error allowance. Murray has largest margin of error potential. Be alert. I still think we may be in Murray. Trigger reswap immediately after swap. Any delay increases the risk of detonation in a home sphere and the risk of a Remainer being disabled in Mofang. Communication Farley. I'll ensure that all Remainers, or in the case of Captar, the remaining Polyarch, receive and understand this document. Whew. It didn't, did it? What do we do with this number? Does that remind us of anything? That is pretty large voltage. Yeah, but even so, how would I then enter the weight? It looks like all I can do is just put myself on the scale. That one, yes, I'm not sure, Christina. It may be that was just... I think Brian was saying that machine was just a decoy. It's a pretty huge amount of numbers there. But that would have probably taken that. Oh, since we don't know how else to proceed, perhaps that is a good idea to do that. See what happens if we hack that in. See if we can actually find that thing again. That's another interesting one. Ah, yes, I can see it now. Very nice. Well, but also, I'm thinking the other thing that we need to do. We head over here. Oh, I see, so we can't actually use that thing. Interesting. Yes, so here's the thing. The tree... We saw quite clearly that there is a little entrance into the tree, right? And it looks like that entrance that we saw is probably through here. For which it looks like we need to switch this machine off again. I know. Because right now I can't go through it, of course. That'd be too easy. But there's definitely on the other side there was an entrance to get into that tree. But how we switch that machine off, I mean, so glad we got it working. I wouldn't even know where to start switching that machine off. Also a very good point. Where do we even get the water from? We'd have to watch the streams back, Pharaoh Woman, in order to retrace my steps there. It was just a series of levers, and there were about 3 parts to it to get all these cogs into motion. And you see, this is the other problem. I just can't pick up a stick. I can't pick anything up. Oh, my hand. Yeah, let me try my hand. Huh. Well, it looks like... Let me go further back. Quickly show what we found there. It is a long way. So first we have to go through the cavern of the fireflies here. And then this is the scale room here, the penny scale down there that we have no idea how to work out. If we go further over here, then we'll get out of this room again, which gets us back to that little staircase. From where we can... Well, it's not as easy as I thought. In order to go back to the other side of Grey World, where we could clearly see before we jumped into this here, we could see the entrance to the tree, but it was basically on the other side. Oh, blue button, of course. Yeah, so the last time we looked up at that tree and that opening, we were going into the top staircase there. So by our calculations, I think if I move that sphere in Hunrath about 6 times, we should get back there. If my calculations are correct. Maybe 6 is a bit much. But I'm thinking it's along those lines. Let's see if we can make that happen quickly. Down here. Oh, that's a good point. Let's have a look. I think it only spins in one direction, yeah. Could be under settings. No. Sadly not. Oh, how interesting. Oh no, there we go. Ah, I thought that was, I thought I couldn't press the button anymore. It only spins in one direction, exactly. So by our calculations, 2 would be 90 degrees. Four would be 180. And then one more. That should hopefully get us back to the position in which we can have a look at the tree entrance. Ooh, back to Grey World. Shame we can't collect points. That'd be good. Like, you know, air miles or sphere miles or whatever they're called. Aha! Perfection! I think we've worked this out. Frequent warper miles, that's exactly right. Yes, this was the disappointing exit where we thought, hang on a minute. Oh yes, and here's the tree. Good music. So yes, I guess this is where we just came out at the bottom here. And this is that little path I walked up to, on the other side of which is that machine, that little turning wheel here. So I'm thinking if we manage to go around there, just about here, then that would get us at least into the tree down here. So it looks like our mission, should we choose to accept it, would then indeed be to switch that off so we can walk through that wheel. But I think that shall be our next challenge for next Monday. Well, I hope I'll see all of you again. It was super nice once again hanging out with you. Join me again on Friday. We'll see what we do there. It is a cliffhanger. It is a cliffhanger, Rod, indeed. I haven't got any plans specifically. If you have any ideas of stuff that we want to do on Friday for the 3D stream, please let me know. Drop it in Discord or drop a line here on the Mixer chat, which will remain online, which is kind of nice. YouTube doesn't do that, but Mixer provides kind of an ongoing chat no matter if you stream or not, so that's kind of cool. And other than that, Subnautica Saturday, of course, where we'll kill a Reaper. No, not. But maybe find some copper. And other than that, have a wonderful, wonderful week. I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.